Let's just hit start. Well, this is fun. I just hit the streaming key and it just crashed my OBS within like a second of doing it. So that is a first, really, to have it crash that fast. I don't think even the stream ever picked up that single frame. So currently my model seems to not have loaded in, which that part is fun. Not at all. How the fuck are you not capturing this? Seems to not be capturing any of these windows. That's not good. What? I mean, obviously my overlays work because they're browser source, but it could be that my... oh wait, if I load AC... Okay, my AC is... Ah, yeah, wait, that's also a custom source. In case nothing works, we will just use the AC source. Right, but I don't have a model then. Which would be shit. It seems it's just not willing to capture this window now. Why are you stupid? For fuck's sakes. OBS. What are you doing? The window exists. Are you drunk or something? I guess I need to restart my OBS to tell her that it needs to actually fucking work, because I need you to do these things. And right now it's not capturing jack shit correctly. I kind of want this to at least work. Come on, battle cam. Come on, load. Thank you. Because I'm already running enough late for dinner and stuff. So I think I will just briefly stop, reboot OBS. This is normal. And then fix this stuff. You know, I found the problem and I fixed it. I had to... I probably might have worked not shutting down OBS, but like, I needed to at minimum get look in the task manager and delete the OBS that crashed, because it didn't properly crash out. It didn't delete or close all its resources down, so OBS was half open still in the background, which caused me to not be able to get window capture working. That's a bit stupid. I don't know why it decided to immediately upon hitting start stream crash. But oh well, it did. And here we are. Let me just briefly gather the intel for this. Copy password to clipboard. And then we can launch ACC. That's the VR mode. And we get finally on the server. And actually do some racing. I need to sort my car actually out. There's my Maserati. If I actually go for the Maserati, I will obviously make an actual livery for it. Not obviously, but I have plans to actually make a livery. Okay, GT4 Quali is the server. Enter the password and connect. And there's already 4 people on there. Already, I mean, yes. Oh, it's actually 140. How long is this qualifying? How long is it scheduled for? Hold on a second. Oh, there's a 2-hour qualifying session, so it's not just 1 hour. I thought it was just a 1-hour session, and I missed already half of it. But no, I'm actually getting 2 hours here to test drive this car. Well, that's neat. That's really neat. Yeah, I mean, I can give people the scene actually, because it doesn't seem that my automatic switching wants to consistently work. So, yeah. Oh god, people are doing already 54s. Gee, like that's fast. I look at the times that we did back in, I think it was December 1st or something, last year when I ran this track in GT4s. the pole time was like in the low 55s to high 54s. So that was a thing, and obviously we're using brake pad type 1 because we're going to do obviously full fuel running at first. Or quasi full fuel running. I think 80 liters is probably enough for an hour. Actually, most likely more than enough. So GT4, nah, 80 liters for an hour. Probably good for a GT4 car. Rear wing at the max on this set. Okay, that's a bit much. 36-degree track, 29 air. I am slightly close to brake ducts. I'm gonna take a click or two out of the rear wing, maybe one for now. I think I actually leave the tire pressures. And oh yeah, brake bias, we want that. Well, you can't really move it much rearwards because this car actually locks the rear brakes. Every car with ABS locks the fronts. This car locks actually the rear brakes. You could say they have sensible brake bias values actually in the car already. Because you're not just flat spotting the entire thing on slip for once. Why do people practice in this game ahead of events, tryouts? And the thing is, there's 2 qualifying sessions. Not today, both. The next one is tomorrow. So I'm just like, well, I used to go practice for qualifying. I did that back for the Silverstone race in, I think, late November, early December. Oh god. But yeah, people doing 54s, that's clear. Those are clearly qualifying times, but it's still like, damn son, you have absolutely no chill. Track is obviously at optimum, so it's helping the lap times at least. Because I was looking towards like target times for myself in general being 56s. That's what I did with my KTM, low 56s in qualifying. It wasn't particularly quick, but it was okay. However, I'm not expecting this car to actually get to 56s. Hopefully at least it does 58s. That's up in the air still if I want to actually drive this car for the full 4 hours. Although actually, kind of reminds me, someone ran in that Barcelona race actually a Maserati and he was pretty quick with it. He wasn't particularly competitive in other races, but he was really competitive at Barcelona. Might it actually be this guy's not bad at this track? I'm locking quite a bit up right now. And missing apexes and everything. Just trying to get my bearings right now. Seeing slowly the pace being picked up. Hope this lap is under 2 minutes. That's all I'm gonna say. I have a suspicion it won't be. Ah, 56.6. Oh wow. That's not even terrible. Considering this is on full fuel load and everything. Missed apexes, the whatnot. That's not even trying right now. There's no need to try right now. Still locks the fronts. Yeah, it feels like I'm driving in slow motion, but it seems to be actually not slow. It seems like the car is actually not slow. Surprisingly, right? Because this pace discrepancy is completely expected from the fuel load and the fact that that was the first fly I did on the car. And I mean, you can see there's all over the place time to be gained. It's just going to be a bit of a challenge to get the car to perform there. It's not a light car. Hello, something just happened. Is my OBS interrupting or anything? Hello. But yeah, the reason why I'm actually in this car is, besides that it's a massive meme, that someone else has picked this car as well. Some other mad lad is going to do the 4-hour solo as well. And I'm like, you're not taking the mad lad title from me, so... So I'm going to bring this into the same car, and I have even an idea for livery and team name and everything. So I have to still make the livery and everything. Component has to still come together. Right now it's not looking even that bad. Although we're in the early stages of this session right now. As this is apparently a 2-hour session, as I found out. And well, we still have most way of the session to go. So I'm currently just running the car in race prep mode with full fuel and everything. Well, not full, but like enough fuel to run an hour. I haven't checked if we have stint time limits, but we most likely have because we have GT3s as well on the grid. It's just this qualifying session is only GT4 cars. Yep, 4 hours. That's the Friday race. Well, I'm uncertain which car I'm gonna enter with. And the front left is a bit hot, and also I'm definitely going to flat spot my tires with how much locking I'm getting into the slow speed corners. But if this is all that these guys have in terms of pace, because I'm starting to get sus that they actually aren't going race pace, because that they are also doing race pace practice right now. Because you're not doing... Because I'm starting to get within a touching distance with them. In terms of pace. So yeah. Oh yeah, the sound is definitely one of the advantages of this machine. Also, it doesn't really murder you with oversteer. Despite it doesn't have any TC, you basically have no issue with that. The lack of ABS, that is what really hurts. Like, you have to be really on your toes without ABS to not turn your tires into squares. And I'm not doing particularly a great job, I'm definitely flat spotting them quite badly. Let's try 50-50 brake bias, which is pretty risky with this car. Usually it locks the rear brakes, starts locking them at like 54. I think there was a bit of rear locking there. It's just very weird to drive compared to a KTM where you make up all your times with the corners. Carrying a lot of speed through corners, while with this thing you have to drive it very slow. Because it's heavy and stuff. But it's not like slow, it's not making really, I think, time up on the straights. I think the Beamer is still a faster car on the straight line than this car. Yeah, my tire pressures are quite high at this point. I'm getting within touching distance with my Reuter. Yeah. Even though there's a lot more cars in racing that have TC but don't have ABS, it's still significantly more difficult to drive. At least with this car especially. I think there's... GT cars are especially difficult to drive without TC. Without ABS. Well, prototypes that isn't particularly much of an issue. Because downforce means you can withstand a lot of like brake pressure prior to lockup.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Well, it's really nice how this car handles on aggressive preset. Like especially the left hand at the bottom of the hill. Like that is just superb how the car rotates there. It's a bit of oversteer out of this corner. It's obviously not great when you want to have a really fast time because it compromises your exit slightly. And the other is this. Someone is dealing with grip issues in his car. It's not the greatest line through there. I think a later apex would work better. And then when just the lap later after talking about how nice the car drives through the corner, I completely botched it up. I'm just going to go for the line briefly to see what my tire pressures are. Although I need to adjust the I didn't check what's actually the weather for the race. I need to check that in a sec. So I'm waiting to see what the tire pressures are on the line. About 0.3 with all tires over on average. Right, so Cons actually has decided to improve his time a bit. So Müller is having issues with his Aston, that it's either planted or he's getting just massive oversteer. That's interesting. Oh, what was making noise earlier? Oh, that was Windows security most likely or something. Although I don't think Windows security actually makes notification. Whatever. It is what it is. Right. I want to check the weather. This event it's running on a Saturday at 12. And the weather is set to 26 degrees ambient and a cloud level of 0.35. There's no weather randomness. So if I go back to this and go to the 4-hour race, we have where do we have it here? Weather 26 degrees Celsius, weather randomness of 1, So a slight degree of randomness and a cloud level of 0.3. I mean, with those configurations... Oh, but we are starting also 1800 on Sunday, so we're running actually later. But it means still that we'll probably start actually with pretty warm track. At 1800, it's still probably going to be warm. And my tires were quite overheating, so it's going to be fine to... I don't know when the sun sets here on this track, because I think it probably sets around like 100. I mean, most of these races are run at a summer schedule, although we're closer to the equator, so I don't know. The sunset at Barcelona 2100, 2200, something like that. So we don't really see much dark running, I think. Let's just increase the brake ducts by 1. Brake bias. One moved backwards. Okay, but I just noticed like the spring rate at the front is just maxed. Okay, like, so how were my front tires performing? They had light flat spots after like nearly 20 minutes of running. I didn't really feel much in the tires. It was still handling good. So that's a positive. We are not dealing with bad handling from this stuff. Okay, pressure wise, we've opened the brake duct slightly, but I think we'll still correct down by like 0.2 perhaps. Although if it doesn't get as hot, I mean, for this set it makes sense. I imagine heavy rain middle of the race. Yeah, that would mess with people a lot, to say the least. How much steering angle was I using while driving? It's an interesting question, because it's set already at 17, so let me just see, because I think I'm using already quite a lot of like steering inputs to get the car to turn. I'm not doing like very like small precise movements. Doing already larger movements. And despite how that the steering rack is at 17 compared to my boat that I'm driving at like 12. And those values are comparable. Yeah, I'm doing like 90-degree swings for the chicane here. Yeah, I think I might just take one click out of it. Let me just take a click out of it. It's pretty... Oh, I mean, you can change it from 14 to 18. That's not much of a range. Down one click, I guess. Just trying it out, seeing how it does. You can adjust the bump stop rate. Interestingly enough on the set. Maybe less camber on the front. And how's the tire wear pattern on them? Yeah, the inside of the tire is quite a bit more worn on the front. The rears are even. So definitely take some camber out of the front. It should also help with the lockups. Then I can take some camber out of there. Let me take some more and then add some caster back in. Which makes the steering heavier, but it should compensate for the camber loss in mid-corner. It allows me to stop better straight. So, Maserati, Barcelona I. Oh wait, I'm on set 1. I don't want to drive with this tire set out again. Because that wouldn't be great. 18 wouldn't be a workout, 18 would be easier. Well, if 18 mean, the value means how much steering lock the front tires actually have. So at 18 I'm getting actually, with my steering input, more steering out of the car. Oh, she's slightly oversteering. Higher values mean you're getting actually more steering. So you don't have to turn the wheel as much to get the same steering input from the front tires. And increasing that value helps you to have more fine control. Decreasing the value allows you more fine control, while increasing it allows you to more easily do sharp corners. So using lower values is quite important if you're like ripping the car apart. So yeah, 18 wouldn't be like something difficult for an 8. I mean, on a direct drive wheel with maxed out direct drive wheel, you probably get more force feedback for it. I think the force feedback curve is higher when you're having more of that, because you, although you wouldn't the faster rate, but it's not but the force you're getting through the steering wheel for the most part is it's actually the force coming from the fact that you have turned in, and that should be roughly always the same, at least if you're trying to go actually fast and not trying to go slow. Oh man, huh? So. I need to get some water because I didn't actually bring my water bottle over, so I very impromptu started up the stream. So something to water my throat for sure during this long session. Also, what's probably contributing to like the slow motion feel of this car is the fact that the gearbox, you have to downshift very late. And I'm missing another apex. That seems to be locking up less, so that's at least something. We can note down. Seems the changes are working. Yeah, some values are very much confusing. I mean, dampers is like the cream of the crop because I'm not even quite sure which way around those work. They're frankly rocket science. Ah, that wasn't a good run for that corner. The thing is, for a 4-hour race, the qualifying session is particularly useful. At least in the GT4 class it isn't. In the GT3 there's still some use, but in GT4 you kind of want to actually be in last place start of the race. Because you're otherwise trapped in between the GT4 runners behind you and the GT3 class. If you're in last, you can just wait for everybody to crash in front of you. And if you're in the front of the GT4 field, well, you kind of just stuck basically driving in the back of the into the back of the GT3 cars, which we know aren't particularly the smartest, at least at the back of the grid of the GT3s. Although, I mean, not always at the back of the grid, but it's like, you usually have this midfield that will inevitably start an accident at some point. I still can't get the line quite right for this corner. The front left is still hot and overpressured. Quite astonishing. Weird part will be that I'm currently obviously running brake pads type 2 because for the race that type 1 doesn't make sense, but when I later go actually for qualifying, I'm not sure if it actually will help me to be on type 1 pads, due to the fact that this car's main issue is like not braking power, but not locking the brakes while doing so. Yeah, I mean, there's no race right now, this is just turning practice laps, rambling on, that sort of thing. I'm sort of out of topic, and there are not many cars on the server either. So yeah, have a good one. The tire pressure has at least decided to come back to a normal value for the front left. And then I underbrake completely this corner. Over slow. Front is tightening up on this field. I mean, what I can do here is just turn like an entire hour's worth of laps, or roughly. Okay, run half an hour on this tank, just see how the car performs. I know it's doing okay, and I mean, 70 liters is probably enough to do an hour even, so we are slightly overfueled even for race strat. Right, those were good lines. And a completely missed apex there. Well, a fast exit, but it doesn't quite make up all the time. And then the brakes don't work. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because I braked at my usual point. I don't know why I didn't stop there. I didn't seize or anything, it just didn't decelerate.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Losing time in sector 3.
I was way too early there. For T1 again. I need to remember to brake actually on the marker, I think. It's possible with this car. It's not easy. Nobody's claiming anything is easy. It's just, I think there's time. It's just really difficult to extract. The car is definitely like, it feels slow. It does go quick. Like, lap times aren't lying, but it just definitely feels slow and kind of like. I hope I don't fall asleep during this 4 hours because it's just. Kind of slow feeling. And the tires seem to be starting to drop off. Well, I just cannot get my consistency up. Which isn't a good sign. It means I've already hit the ceiling in terms of what I'm capable of doing in lap times. So that's a bit of pain inducing. Inducing some emotional damage there. Slight lock up on the inside tires there. multiple tenths of a second. It's just I'm clearly not consistent with this car. Clearly a bit too fast there. Missed apex there completely. The first cut so far. Got some rear locking there on the downshift. It's not great. My left side tires are again over pressure. And also slightly over temperature. I don't think I will go much further with my... what is it? Much further with the brake ducts. Because the brakes do seem quite cold already. Decent run uphill here. Oh, got massive oversteer there. Hit the curb slightly awkwardly and it unsettled the car. So I'm not too sure how well the night lighting is actually on this car. How well that works. Although again, I'm not expecting to do too deep into the night racing. I know this thing has headlights. I'm just running off the road here. It does even have high beams, wow. Because the headlights are very different to the road going version in this car. Lap times aren't particularly great right now. Although, I mean, I'm lapping 55s. It's not bad by any stretch. Granted, we're on an optimum track, and it's not like stupidly hot either. It's in the realm of like, yeah, this is acceptable sort of hot. Oh god. Here we go, this one just murder immediately. And you know, just like the tire pressures have actually gone down again. Back down to reasonable levels for the front left. I think that's due to if you have flat, if you lock them up too often in a recent time, it will obviously increase the tire pressure, and it takes time to calm that back down. So there's that. Also, yeah, I mean, I still have to do the... I think I will maybe tag that onto this. I have to do the practice laps, the mandatory ones for GES. I have till tomorrow midnight. So I have more than 24 hours stuff, but like, I might actually do it this time on time. That might be a bit pogged actually if that's done on time. I think I probably have some slight flat spots, but they're not too noticeable actually in the steering wheel.
Yellow flag, be careful. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Actually, someone quit the server. Yeah, I mean, I'm lapping fairly consistently low 55s. Pretty neat. Although with how heavy this car is, I'm not sure I can expect like 6/10 of improvement by just taking few out. And I'm pretty sure these guys will try still to improve their own times by a bit before it's over. They might come back tomorrow as well. And there's technically also no restriction in terms of you can't have like two people of the same car on the server at the same time. You can totally have that. So you can have double the qualifying power at the same time. running laps. Front right's quite under pressured. Even. Oh, that's not so neat. Missed the apex there. Car seemingly starting to become actually quicker again. Come on. I mean, I'm still having incredibly consistently low 55s. I've nearly burned half of the fuel on this tank, so I've probably done nearly... probably have done at this point half an hour. Car's burning about 2.2 liters per amp. Probably not low for a GT4, but also I think not even high. Considering the engine is in this isn't like some economy car engine like the KTM Crossbow. There's like a small, I think, 4-cylinder engine that the Crossbow has with a turbocharger to produce sufficient power. I don't know, I think this has like either V10 or V12 in this car. To make up certain amounts of noise. Pretty consistent for T1. Hitting in deep on the previous corner is actually the strat, I think. Not really deep, but like deeper. Going for that early apex. Because I've seen that line repeatedly where my delta has gone whoosh down, but it has climbed back up. But it still ended up being faster than my reference time.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
That was pretty bad. But it's not good save the car when it went sideways, so that's good. Yeah, he's like taking thousandths of a second out of his time. It will be difficult to actually get out of the bottom row, but hey, with how long the qualifying session is, I might just end up this way guaranteeing myself. Oh god, I'm just missing my corners now completely. But this way guaranteeing me that I won't start anywhere else but last. Which is sort of what I want. Which rating is against CC rating? Because I thought consistency was the CN rating. Because obviously my racecraft is 99, my SA is 99, the PC is the pace rating, which is from hot lap challenges in the events section, which I've done like once with this car, ironically enough, which is why I have a 61 there. Then I have 88cc, which I think has decreased now to 95 CN. Man, I'm missing everything right now, and this lab is absolutely horrifically terrible. Oh yeah, I didn't check either if we have any maximum stint timer. We probably will. Anything else is like really weird to do. 57.9. Gee. I feel like I'm starting to fall asleep here. Which is an insane statement, considering I'm driving still a pretty fast car here. With absolutely a massive amount of noise and I'm feeling sleepy. Now it's just weird at a point. Whoa, come on. How did I have not got actually that much sleep last night? Oh, come on. I know it's possible to drive quicker than that. What's this car? Oh, another blown apex. My laptops have gone absolutely through the roof now. Just now. But until that point, the car was performing really nicely, and all of a sudden I just cannot get the pace anymore. And it's starting to oversteer as well. It's interesting. Definitely very interesting. Car's starting to oversteer actually. Still, it's starting to become stronger actually to get the same pace of the tires still. Might be that they're just dead at this point from all the flat spotting. Still, I have to say the tires aren't like vibrating violently from the flat spots. I guess I've just cooked the tires. I know, the car isn't particularly going quick. I don't know how I ended up braking miles early, still missing the corner.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, he seems to be bored that he wants to follow me.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Yeah, it seems to be difficult to keep the low 55s on all tires. And then the car doesn't stop. The last bit it stopped stopping, so it just entered a sideways slide there. Started just slithering over the right side tires. Which obviously is not particularly conductive in terms of getting around a corner. That's the thing with this car, if you enter slightly too fast you might end up happening with that. It's not gonna kill you, but it's slow as hell. It's a lot of time when it happens. Whoa, I get oversteer from the brakes? Despite moving the brake bias forwards? What is this? Hello brakes, why are you suddenly no longer working?
Please try to stay on the track.
Shut up, chief. Oh man, why am I so bloody tired? Oh, I'm falling off asleep at the steering wheel of this guy, God's sakes. It's the last thing I'm gonna need for Friday. Get sleepy while driving. It just doesn't make sense, it's not fun.
Yellow flag on the channel front.
But yeah, these tires seem to be very second hand, that's gonna be a bit of an issue. Car's gonna be very vulnerable at the end of the stint. Like most way of the stint, the car can keep the pace very consistently, but it seems very clear that in the last few laps the pace is just completely gone and you're just a sitting duck. So you might have to pit early to prevent an undercut from someone. Jesus, my lines are terrible at times as well. Come on, why am I getting sleepy? It's just so annoying. I'm tired, son, all of a sudden. It's just a lack of adrenaline flowing from my veins that is causing me to get very tired at this point. come on! Why did you not plant out of the corner? I needed you to plant to go quick. Oh god, come on, body! Why are you doing this to me now? I mean, it's luckily doing it now and not doing the race. I hope it won't do it during the race. Because man, this is uncomfortable, to say the least. If this went on long enough, I mean, with 30 minutes remaining, I might actually fall asleep before the end of this. That's not a lie. That might actually happen. If I stop driving, that's a real risk that I not completely fall asleep, but I will probably phase in out of consciousness before this session is even over. That can very much happen. Pretty sure that's Kakanjut. Oh, my headset. For fuck's sake, stay awake, okay? It's not late by any stretch. Just stay awake for a bit longer, you can then sleep. I'm not planning to stay. I kind of was thinking about staying up perhaps a bit longer, doing some BR stuff, but I guess I'm not going to do that because I'm going to be fucking asleep by the time that happens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the tires at this point. Because this was the uncertainty of, like, is it the tires? Oh, come on, shitbox, why are you not stopping? You can run the same fucking line and sometimes it will just lock a wheel and sometimes it won't. Kinda annoying. And the slow spin here. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's actually the cars at this point rubbish. Dropping all the pace, which that's a real issue. Because we're not at the end of the 1 hour mark of this set. We're long from it, but it's already dropping all the taste out of the car. Real in a bad way. You expect it to slightly drop pace, but it's just, it fell off a cliff suddenly. It was running consistent, and it suddenly just flies off to a cliff spectacularly. And it's been like that for the past like 6-7 laps. So it's not like it's been for 5 minutes or so, it's like it's been for a bit. Been fighting the car specifically more than the in certain sections I can still carry the speed clearly. And I'm quite a bit more awake now finally. After slapping myself across the face literally to get myself to wake up. Funnily enough, you think like the slapping on the face would like have a more or less instantaneous success, but no, it had like very gradual effects, which I found just very interesting just now. It took like a minute till I was fully awake. First I did nothing. Yeah, it's bleeding like a second per lap now. Look at this, just this. There's nothing you can do. You can turn across this corner, so it's just drop, drop, drop pace. I mean, it's not really a full second because I was lapping mostly 55s 2, 3, 4, and we're now only about half a second slower than that. Problem is the consistency, because that was a really good lap, and you bunch of like absolute shit laps beforehand. It's on me flying through the scenery repeatedly. Those still count too, that's it. Let's just call it into the pits and see how the car is done. The tire's a bit hot now, but it's whatever, we just get some values of the car. Okay. And we can also start doing some quali runs actually, instead of just doing practice lap, practice lap, practice lap, practice lap. How? Oh god. The front left is down to 1.8. Yikes. Moderate flat spots on the front left and some blisters. Yeah, and there's also blisters on the rear left. But there's no flat spots on the rear left. It's just there's graining on the rear tires. And there's a blister on the front left. There's light graining on the rear. There's light blistering on the rear left. And there's some light flat spots on the front right. And moderate flat spots on the front left. You don't feel, however, the vibrations. But that explains a bit why the car is like dropping off at this point. Because the rear tires have started to grain. Somehow. While also blistering. Yeah, I'm slightly clueless as to how is someone supposed to address this problem. The only thing that we can say is the tire wear is relatively consistent across the tire face. The inside is quite a bit more worn than the outside, at least on the front tires. But not by much. I mean, we're talking about 1.8 to 1.85. Considering how much has gone off that tire in its run, that's fairly equal. But yeah, none of this. That seems to be alright. Now we could actually do some more practice, I guess. We can do actually some qualifying. We probably need like 16 liters. Brake pads type 1. We're gonna put a fresh set of tires because otherwise this is just gonna be pain otherwise. Temperatures, that all should be fine, although we're gonna run hotter because of the brake discs, but I don't think the brake discs are actually influencing the car too much. Right. I don't know how much actually. I mean, 16 liters seems to be like 15 laps. 15 laps, 15 minutes. That means 36 is. It's 72. Yeah, that's roughly up. So this means I was still short of the hour mark in my stint run, and the tires were down to 1.8. It's not the end of the world. You can. It's recommended to replace tires at 1.5, but for sure 1.8 is very second-hand at that point already. I don't know how bad the... I think this track is actually quite bad on tire wear. On different cars even. This track is quite bad, honestly. But look at this, car's starting to oversteer into the corners actually. At least on these low tire pressures. Although I still seem to find some time. Let's see what we can actually do with no fuel in the car. It's only a 10th down the front stretch.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Not a good exit there. Let's run to the line. Oh boy! Okay, that's... This is gonna slap me across the face. They're gonna improve by half a second now. Based on the fact that I laughed like that. And I died immediately to T1.
Undetected.
That had no right to be that fast. That had no right to be that fast. Jesus. I knew that the car would be going fast, obviously, without race fuel in the car. Because that's obvious. But that it would be going this much faster. Yeah, I doubted that. I thought because it was such a heavy car that it wouldn't be improving by that much. But no, it turns out and actually you can get probably a second out of the time. Although I think this lap was actually pretty good, it's just the tires were not up to pressure fully. Not sure if that's actually more a setup issue now because I'm running less fuel and it needs more fuel for the tires to get up to pressure, which is not completely unheard of, but I mean the fuel tank should probably not be in the front of the car, so it's not the Porsche where you need to make massive tire pressure adjustments between qualifying and race runs. Ask me something else, okay? Sometimes I do not get it. Let's try this again. Let's see if I can find more time. Massive oversteer into T1 now. Late throttle in that corner here. Massive oversteer here. See. Oh, I think there's definitely a bit more time there on the table.
Well done, mate. That's all, guys.
They must be shitting bricks at this point. And I do not blame them. Oh, I would cook this. Lifted too late. That cost me. Yeah. Hans was quite a long time in the pits. I guess he really thought his setup. Looked at the replay trying to figure out perhaps where he's bleeding a bit of time. Oh, that's not good. Although, that wasn't even slow. missed this apex here. So I made a bad exit here. But at the end, didn't compromise my exit speed too much. And we're sub 54. We're sub 54 now. Bye bye, Porsche. I mean, can't do another run after. Let me pull over. Oh man. The fact that lap is with me going massively sideways as well is even more poetic. What I don't like is that my ping is regularly shooting up. Like, that's not great. I'm only a bit faster on the first sector than... How the fuck am I this much faster than the guy? Because I look at his, like... Oh, might that be, in his case, not on the same lap? Oh, that is threatening. That is seriously threatening, because he has a really good final sector on one lap. But only on one lap of his. So his fastest lap. His fastest lap is comprised of, like, mediocre segments. 2/10 down in the middle sector on himself. 1/10 down on the final sector, and then 1/10 down on the first sector. Which is interesting considering how many laps he had to perfect this. Well, you compare them to me, and it's like... Oh yeah, they're basically all in the same lap. It's just that I'm a 10th actually down in my final sector. Like, that's it. I've lost a 10th in the final sector. But I gained a 10th in the first, I've gained a 2/10 in the second, and then I was a 10th down the last one. Compared to my other time. I just produced a 4/10 difference there. That's interesting. I mean, this guy here, he's about 3/10 down in the final sector, 3/10 down the middle sector, and then also 2/10 down in the first sector. So that explains why he's like 6/10 down. Yeah, because all of them are actually off his fastest lap. Well, this makes sense at least. Although what... And oh yeah, they have also a bunch of invalidated laps, because I was about to say like, oh, they're coming constantly out of the pits and in and out of pits. It's better these cars need a few laps to get up to pressure. Well, he didn't actually stay out. He just invalidated most of his laps, which is interesting to say the least. But that's a struggle for them. But Pons actually improved in his final sector, but he didn't improve his lap because he was slow in the first sector. His middle sector was good. Wasn't quite his like fastest middle sector, but less than a 10th, so it's pretty solid. His final sector is finally about as fast as mine. But that's also interesting. There's no like clear sector where like one of us is faster. Although there's probably because of how the track is structured, because sector 1 ends after the long right-hander. So you do have the chicane there and the long right hander for like balancing the car a bit, but still straight line speed should benefit a car that is good in sector 1. Sector 2 you have a lot more corners. You have a lot of medium speed corners, and like one slow speed really, and a good amount of few straights, but not really much straight. And then the final sector, that's a lot of sharp corners. How was his last time around? Again, a slight improvement in the final sector, but his first sector is lacking. Yeah, I mean, looking at their timesheets, they've been going at doing qualifying laps for like most of the session, basically. 40 laps logged there. In comparison, I have how many? 42. But that's in large part due to me having just done so many laps straight. I just never returned to the pits. Except needed. Right. While we're at it here, I can actually sign up the car. So I'm just going to sit out the rest of the session to see how the outcome actually, because I'm curious. So I can just brag a bit about the Maserati being on provisional pole till Everson takes it away again. Because I'm pretty sure he's going to be capable of taking that position back. I have to think of a number that I'm going to assign my car. Currently I have the number 96, but well, I might change that. Still the fastest. How far they actually go to the left in comparison to me. Like I barely use I put two wheels on the curbing, but not go like fully off with like the right side wheels on the curb and the rest on the AstroTurf. I don't run that line. He's running a way too wide line, I think, for this corner. He's actually making mistakes here. I think he's just overcharging that corner. Okay, Gebauer has decided to return to the pits. I don't think, mate, you actually make it out of the pits before. I don't think it's worth it to actually go out for you. Because you're out of time at this point. You can't start another lap. Besides, like, test driving some change, did you think? Well, that doesn't look healthy for that lap. Here's one more attempt. You have one more attempt, mate. Go for it. Or are you out of fuel? You're kidding me. The impossible has happened. Let me... While we're at it, I need to grab the password for the event. Because the event sign-up itself is password protected. So we need... So now I need to pick a fucking number. Let me just look something up. Is there a number associated with this character that I can utilize some sort of... Her birthday is the 22nd of January. That's interesting to know. Interesting fun facts there. Benjamin Con's just asking how. Did I change really much between my... No, I don't think so. I think prior to my long run I didn't change anything, I think. I don't think I changed anything really on the set. Let's just briefly check if I didn't like change anything and forgot about it. Nope, nothing changed besides the obvious. I'm gonna answer your questions in a second. I don't know either. What the fuck here happened? Let me exit the game because I need to anywhere far above factor because I want to do the practice requirement. Could I get my... Why are you doing this for fuck's sake? I want to get the spell check on that word, thanks. Completely... should have typed this out later, but I think these people are kind of beards a. Right. Right. I didn't think I would put that in, but I still have to figure out what car number I will pick actually for the race car. Do I put a 201 on the car? Or do I go for actually 143? Yeah, that would also fit. I think 143 is a bit better for me. Or was actually... I think that was Aqua that got caught with her weight. I don't think it was Russia that got caught, because her weight is also on the fucking page, and I'm just like, how the fuck did you guys get on that? Let's see, is that also a clip? Oh yeah, there's a clip actually of that, where she reveals age and weight on the stream. I see what's going on. I think I will just go with a height. I'm starting to give away what I'm doing. I still have a lot of effort to just get this week fully compiled then. 143. I hope that number isn't taken already. Confirm. We've entered another. Yeah. There's now actually a sizable amount of Maseratis entered. Boy. Right. We need to actually gather the stuff for R Factor 2. Let me briefly check some stuff. Okay, it's an official event. When would that be? In about half an hour. I don't think I will make it on time for that. That is a bit of a struggle, I think, to get on time. I think I have that meme already. It's just let's just the Indonesia patch notes. Oh well, great quality memes, I see. Let's see. What do I need? I think the content probably installs already. So I should just launch R Factor 2 and see how much it breaks. And will we see the game crash? Maybe. Have I actually started the game since the new UI came out? Oh no, I actually haven't. I actually have not started the game since the new UI came out. Right. I remember. $35 packages to install. Oh well, we have a bit of time still on our hands. I see. We have a bit of time left. So, what else do we have right now to do? I can update Discord. At least I'm not on a call. And updating it like an idiot. I think they recently also added a feature where if you press the button while you're still on a call, it asks you like, are you fucking retarded? I need to tell someone that it's stupid for not understanding single player. If you know what I mean. Oh yeah, right, I need to actually the server info to join the server. Right, CM, where are your global endurances? Where are the information to join the server? Also I need a setup. Right, I actually need a set as well. So I have two things that we need to do. Scroll down, setups, GES. There's a GES. Do I take cars or do I take Loics for driving? I guess I will take Loics. Right, Carl probably hasn't reinvented the wheel, so I just take Loics. In case Carl fucked it up. I'm sorry, Carl. It's not personal. GM desktop SVM, and we need to store that into Sebring. Oh, RF2 has finished downloading all the content, I guess. I guess I'm adding it to the 12-hour RC. Although this is not a 12-hour race, so fucking keys at this point. I'll click to start, okay. How does this look? I need my settings broken or something, because I'm like, highly sus of that. Limiting with software. Yeah, that seems to work correctly. Yeah, my profile's loaded. Sign controls most likely working. They still don't have the feature back where if you press one of them, it highlights it. Would be nice. The settings are in there. There's a special slider for account music volume. Let's decrease the music volume. Button click volume. Hover volume, turn that down because it's quite obnoxiously loud. Also the click as well. So I guess that's all I need to adjust in the settings. I guess we're gonna go multiplayer. GEM. Wait, that's the wrong one. GES. GES Sebring. Oh wait, I forgot to take the password with me. Right, the main part that I actually wanted to visit that server was the password. God damn it, I need the password. Is this in the driver information? Where did you hide the password again? It's... Your autism levels in GEM are quite bad. Let me tell you that. Right, that equal 268 laps. The laser should take the LMP one car a little over 7 hours and 30 minutes. So always there's a big chance there will be delays in form of code 80s and safety cuts to ensure they haven't thrown a fucking single safety cut the entire season, I think. The autistic thing about like orange zones of like the following corners will be considered orange zones. Any incident that are caused in those areas will be penalized more severely than similar incidents on other parts of the track, which is just bullshit. And they consider turn 3, 4, 5 and turn 15. This is just autism, and I'm just like, you're not driving in reality. You're just a league admin. You're not familiar with actually how racing works. These artists make no sense. Oh, where's the password? It's the main question that I'm asking because it's somewhere in here. Oh yeah, here it is. I found it finally. I mean, I have a channel called server information, so it's mainly on me not finding it. It's a persistent issue with all R-Factor 2 leaks being drive. Also, they made the sensible decision to put the drive and spectator button finally not onto a separate menu. Well, they're still on a separate menu, but they're on the it's called the not TGM, sorry, I'm breaking against TGM. Is it not that? That's the Orica. That's the Ligier. because I think I'm down in Ligier. Okay. Load track. Oh, we'll just take half an hour. And I think I should... Oh yeah, because I haven't been so far actually showing R-Factor 2. Let's select this window to tell you precisely that you need to load R-Factor 2 and not anything else. Could you kindly capture R-Factor 2? It would be nice. Nah, now it's capturing it. So that's... I mean, it obviously didn't detect the game as running because it should have still detected it as running. Whatever. Not much of a deal. It's loading in all the cars. Jesus, there must be quite a few people on the server right now. Oh, I need to select it. I don't press the load button to open a menu. I have just to select stuff. Where's my... There it is. Is this more grand? Yeah, it only has the current car and all. Oh yeah, I should show all the setup settings. Not that it matters too much, but hey, like... I mean, the main check is that I have enough fuel in there. I think the rules that I have to get within 105%, I don't have to set a certain number of laps. I think. If I'm not mistaken. That's the rule line. Let me just briefly check the lap time in LMP2. I need to beat. Let me again check the... What pings? Driver announcements, I think, here. The server. Class, fastest lap, 46.1. Okay. Why did it bring that sound? Oh, wait! That's because my... what is it called? This looks foggy. My something. I forgot what it's. Yeah, my MUQU plugin is still set to the wrong directory, so it's trying to write onto my non-existent hard drive. Well, this circuit then, I mean, it seems to be running okay as well performance-wise for once. Although we have like only 10 cars on the server right now. And it's not nighttime or anything. Although it's fog, so it's not like low graphic intensity either. Yeah, I mean, what does 105% require me to do in terms of... Actually, I can do a 52 and still be in. Just at the top of my head, because a minute 40 is 100 seconds. 105% means I can... Although we might see some people doing faster times, because I expect 146 usually are able to beat. What was that? Oh, it's my internet. Because it's been shit all, like, yesterday as well. And it did some fuckery already earlier, showing some high ping. Where I have just some massive spikes for no reason in my connection. Oh well. Oh yeah, and also need to grab technically an overlay for this car. I mean, I don't need it for right now driving. Right now I just need to drive. But that's that. Also, my upshifts are very late. Jesus, that guy sounded like he's right next to me. And instead he was actually behind me. Like, what the fuck is this? I got a cut track there. Just ran way too wide there. Problem is this invalidates my I don't get lap time for it either. So I don't know how far slow I'm going. Well, that's a bit out of place. This is such a difficult track to especially go fast on. New to all the bumps and getting the car to just get into the places where you need it to go. It's been a while since I've been fast here. .48's free, and there's enough technically to get me in and probably relatively safe even. Is that the Valley car? Because it's colored so oddly. Yeah, it's the Valley car. Because it looks way darker than usual, because they have usually a brighter yellow. Trying to figure out if I'm up or down on my split. Slightly up. I've just gone continuous on. I have to get a 47 in. It just looks relatively slow. 46s as their fastest time. I mean, I don't have a delta as they usually would. So it's not like I'm going particularly fast laps. Slightly up. And slightly down actually. Maybe I got that time back out of it with the corners. wide. I have to run a very wide line on entry to get a decent run. Minimal improvement. Missed apex completely. Yeah, that's just too much understood that one. Pull over, what can I call it? I've done my requirement. Oh yeah, somebody's just put in a 46.8 7.2. Probably like the fastest time actually, nearly on the server. No, it's 46.1 actually. 3 seconds off the pace. That's within reason. Although there's probably a lot of people that haven't put their fastest in. But there's a lot of qualifying ahead of this race, so whatever. Can't be really bothered. Do much more. I've done my minimum lap requirements. It's done. We don't need to play any further Factor 2. We can close the game again. I need to only play it again on Saturday. Car feels pretty good, honestly, already, out of the box. That's that. So that's all Factor 2 as well. So all of these things are done. The funny thing is I'm now awake, really. When I was really sleepy earlier when I did the long run, I'm fairly awake now. I don't know if I should now go to this event or not. I think I will. I think it's a fine edition. Socialize a bit. I need to do that a bit more. Right. But I need to head off for that too. And I mean, nobody's probably watching anyway. Even the VOD. So, let's face it. Anyone who watched this till this point, bye bye. And have a good one.